Sometime in 1970, at just 20 years old, guitarist Peter Frampton found himself sitting in a London studio in front of one of his heroes, a Beatle no less, George Harrison, who was then just beginning to branch away into producing and releasing his own solo music. How Frampton got to be in such a position was a combination of talent, luck, creativity, and good timing. I'm Allison Rapp for Ultimate Classic Rock. This is UCR's Odd Couples. Make sure to subscribe so you'll get videos like this one as they become available. A mutual friend of the two musicians first connected them, and when Frampton arrived at Trident Studios in London, he was understandably a little starstruck. George was behind the console, and it's sort of like an apparition, you know? You see a Beatle, he told Reverb in 2020. At the time, in addition to working on his own material, Harrison was also venturing into production work for other artists, including Doris Troy, an American soul singer who could be heard singing backing vocals on the Rolling Stones' 1969 hit, You Can't Always Get What You Want. She was signed to the Beatles' Apple Records label the same year. Troy would later collaborate with Frampton again, singing vocals on Humble Pie's 1971 album Rock On, but in 1970 it was Harrison who asked Frampton if he wanted to sit in for a bit in the studio, handing him his famed red Les Paul his friend Eric Clapton had played on While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Frampton played timidly at first, until Harrison insisted he take the lead part, which was recorded for the album's single Ain't That Cute. And that was just the beginning. Harrison soon invited Frampton, who was then still a member of the increasingly popular Humble Pie, back as he recorded music for what was to become his debut solo album, All Things Must Pass. I think that my playing was a little different to all the people at that time. Everyone was listening to the blues, and that's all they were playing was blues-style solos, Frampton told UCR in 2021. I decided to sort of not go in that direction, because there were too many people doing that already. Frampton played acoustic guitar on a variety of tracks, though just who played on what exactly was never meticulously documented, which made sense given the who's who's nature of the album's creation. In addition to Frampton, other guest musicians included Eric Clapton, Ringo Starr, Billy Preston, all four of the members of Badfinger, Ginger Baker, Gary Wright, and Klaus Voormann, among countless others. All the musicians that played, they're all different, yes, but at the same time, they're only there to serve whatever is best for the song, Voormann later said. We were such close people and everybody knew how to support a song. Nobody put any ego on it, and that's why, to me, this was working out. Frampton, like many of the guest musicians, was not officially credited on the album when it was released, but was still awestruck to be included in such a production, particularly with Phil Spector sitting behind the control board. It was the moments when the tape wasn't rolling, however, that stuck with him. The most enjoyable part of that whole thing was in between, when they would change reels. George and I would start jamming, Frampton recalled to Howard Stern in 2019. We were playing whatever, you name it, we were jamming on it. That was the highlight, for me, to jam with George and just have fun. When All Things Must Pass was released in 1970, it was a critical and commercial landslide, earning widespread praise and chart-topping positions. Frampton would, of course, earn his own slice of international fame and household recognition in 1976 with Frampton Comes Alive, though he never forgot those who gave him a bolster along the way. In 2021, he included a cover of Harrison's Isn't It a Pity on his instrumental album Frampton Forgets the Words. It was, as he described it, his tribute to the original creators of this wonderful music. Make sure that you're subscribed to this UCR channel for all of the best news and history of classic rock and pop culture. And go ahead and hit the notifications button so you'll receive all of our latest videos and interviews, like this one.